This is a presentation of Long Ball Sports.
We have a go for the main engine start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The world's longest driver, the Hammer Turbo Air. The Hammer Turbo Air is the new science of speed in golf. For 25 years, Jack the Hammer Hamm has been recognized as the world champion in golf with the longest drive ever. 473 yards, unheard of, a quarter of a mile, with 11 seconds of hang time. Over 4 seconds longer than the pros.
It's hammer time.
Golf Digest has clocked his clubhead speed at 162 miles per hour. He has 6 world records. Jack Hamm is the father of the big head driver, creating the first oversized driver, the original hammer, and the original air hammer, and Hammer X drivers. Jack the Hammer Hamm is a legend in golf and golf's leading inventor. And now again, he has taken the future of drivers to a whole new level. Introducing the all-new, all-speed, all-air driver. The Hammer Turbo Air Driver. With 6 Turbo Air speed slots and even speed in a shaft. The first flat sword shaped shaft. The Hammer Turbo Air Driver. The coolest driver on the planet. The coolest shaft on the planet. And now it's hammer time. Here is golf's leading expert, Bo Riles. Now, let's hear from Bo Riles on how Jack put the science of speed into golf.
Jack Hamm is the world's longest driver, the owner of 6 world records. 162 mile per hour clubhead speed, the only human to average 400 yards off the tee, and the world's leading designer has done it again. He's taking driver science to a whole new level with the Hammer Turbo Air Driver.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, yeah. Who should use this driver, Marcus?
Everybody who wants to hit it 100 yards further. Goodbye.
Whoa.
Oh, there it is.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Oh. Oh, my goodness.
All right, here's how it works. Now, this is golf science, this is driver science, the physics of speed. Let's take a look at the Hammer Turbo Air Driver. First off, how about speed? 6 turbo speed slots and 0 drag effect. You can hear it. This is turbo speed. The air rushes through the head, through the power core, and then through an exhaust manifold, which lets out all the drag that slows down your swing. It really is simple science, folks. Less drag equals faster clubhead speed equals more distance.
Wind tunnel tests show a 37% increase in speed and distance. Folks, this almost 0 drag resistance with the Hammer Turbo Air, big-time air drag reduction.
Want even more speed? How about a space-age see-through head with an inverted face?
Flipped over, creating a wing-shaped speed foil with a speed and lift like a jet taking off, another big-time air reducer. And with a flipped-over face, this creates the biggest sweet spot of all times on a driver. Huge! The aha moment. Why didn't I think of flipping a face over technology?
And check this out, folks. Auto-correction technology creating dead straight accuracy.
What? How does this work? Focuses airstream through the head for head accuracy stabilization and squaring the head at impact. It literally corrects your swing plane automatically. Amazing dead straight accuracy built into the space-age head design.
And how about a power core? What is that? Well, right behind the biggest sweet spot ever is a power core. Jack put all the mass behind the face to give you explosive power and even added the hardest face ever for max deflection. That's right, this face is so hard, it'll last you a lifetime. With the space-age see-through design, no heavy CCs are needed.
There are no CCs here. What? 460 CCs means nothing anyway. It is if you poured water into a head, it would hold 460 CCs of water. That's it. These traditional heads are nothing more than empty tin can shaped to create lots of drag. And the Hammer Turbo is all Zolex metal hardness, not some tin can you can pour water into and create a fake 460 CC technology. And for seniors and women and average golfers, it's so much lighter and faster. Just look at it, and you can see right through it. No 460 CCs needed here.
The Hammer Turbo Air is lighter, it's faster, it's 60 easy yards, and dead straight. And how about speed in a shaft? The Flat X shaft is faster, it's straighter, it's like a sword, cutting through the air like a knife. 20% faster with laser accuracy. It's real shaft technology. Does your current shaft have flat shaft technology? No way, never been done until now. And it has Smart Sense technology. It actually senses your speed and kicks low, medium, or high based on your swing speed. That's right, one flat shaft fits everyone's flex needs.
I love the shaft. It's all flat. It cuts right through the air straight to the ball. It's unbelievable.
I like this X shaft for two reasons. It seems to cut through the air a lot better, and the torque is much better than a normal round shaft.
Putting the science of speed in golf.
Now let's discuss real driver science versus fictional testing. Well, many of today's golf reviews of drivers are based on fictional testing. Wannabe pros hit a few balls for their scientific evaluation. However, you will almost never hear them evaluate a driver based on science or engineering principles. Finally, a real scientific evaluation based on technical assessments with what we call driver education. All right, driver education begins with a comparison of the technical advantages of the Hammer Turbo Air to leading traditional drivers on the market out there.
It's time for your driver education. Categories include drag reduction, wing shape speed, pure aerodynamic, acceleration, factor coefficient of friction, lift factor, 40 yards per second, speed vortex calculation, air stabilizer, turbo air, see-through head dead straight accuracy, turbo speed slot and exhaust manifold, power core mass in sweet spot, E equals MC2, deflection rate, 1 million hit face, speed shaft, flat like a sword, smart shaft properties, value technology to price.
Boom! Now, scoring is based on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 represents ultimate greatness. 0 represents no scientific advantage whatsoever. And let's look at the scores right now. All right, let's take a look at the numbers. And look at that. The Hammer Turbo Air scores 120 ultimate points to 0 for leading traditional drivers on the market out there. Absolutely blowing them away. The Hammer Turbo Air is faster, harder, it's all air. All aerodynamics, all out acceleration, and the hottest pace ever. This club creates lift for max carry and boring effect, and is the only driver with a speed shaft, flat like a sword, and dead straight.
Boom! Golfers, I'm the Hammer. I've been putting aerodynamics, science, and physics in golf clubs for 25 years. I'm going to show you the coolest driver on the planet, the iconic science of speed in golf, the all-new Hammer Turbo Air driver. You gotta check this thing out. Let me help you. This thing has got 6 turbo speed slots. It's got an exhaust manifold to let the drag out. It's got a see-through shape. You can see right through it for lightness and aerodynamics. It's got a flipped over face, space age for even more speed, like a wing. And it's got a power core. We put the mass right where you want it for more power. And lastly, it's got a flat shaft. This shaft is flat like a sword. You've never seen that before. It's faster, it's flat like a sword. The combination of this shaft and this head is unmatched by any golf clubs. This thing is light years ahead of everybody else out there. So do me a favor, go check it out, hammerturbo.com, and we're gonna put the fun back in your tee shot. Hammerturbo.com now. Boom!
And just look at it. It makes too much sense, doesn't it? Nobody has this kind of technology. Nobody.
You can add up to 60 yards and hit it dead straight with this one-of-a-kind technology, the Hammer Turbo Air.
Oh!
The combination of the 6 turbo speed slots, exhaust manifold, space-age wing shape, power core biggest sweet spot, and fastest flat sword-shaped shaft blows away all those outdated drivers.
All right, let's discuss lift, launch, and hang time.
The Hammer Turbo Air is the new science of speed in golf. The design of speed slot and space-age wing shape creates a lift like a flap on a plane at takeoff. Ever looked at the flap on a plane at takeoff? Same thing. This launch angle never seen before in golf. It's all air. It's all aerodynamics and speed with a flat shaft. This will change your game forever.
Folks, it's simple science. The Hammer Turbo Air is speed and distance built right into the head design. When you hit a ball with the Hammer Turbo Air, the ball goes up, 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 and almost never comes down. And with every second of hang time, that's more than 40 yards of distance. The longer you keep the ball in the air, the farther it goes, friends. This has never been seen before in golf. It's all air, all aerodynamics and speed with the flat shaft.
Pow!
The Hammer Turbo Air will change your game forever. The Hammer Turbo is designed to create the max boring effect with the precise lift to give you the optimum carry and roll. You're going to tee the Hammer Turbo Air a lot higher, tee it literally above the face because of its inverted face. This is another big advantage for you to help you really launch your drives out there. If you did this with any outdated driver on the market, you'd just hit a sky ball going nowhere.
What do golfers think of the Hammer Turbo Air?
Wow.
Every time. You can't miss with this thing. Face is so big, and you just feel being stable every time down through. Easy 40 yards every single time off the tee today. Incredible. Love this thing.
All right, this hammer, I'm killing the ball right now. 40 plus yards more, right down the middle. Never hit it any better.
There once was a day where 220 was my thing. Now with the hammer, 260. Easy.
Pow!
Now you can hit the same driver that Jack hits up to 60 yards farther with the Hammer Turbo Air driver, the coolest driver on the planet.
Here's the story behind the legend of golf swings and legend of driver designs. Why Jack Hamm swing? Why Jack Hamm's driver designs? For 25 years, Jack has tried to help every golfer improve their game with his unique methodology and innovative technology. His swing speeds and driver designs are legendary in golf. Just look at his attack angle on the golf ball. The deep V is unmatched by any golfer. The deeper the V, the further the ball travels. He started like every golfer, struggling, but he applied his master's degree in engineering to solve the problems with traditional golf swings, and he invented the Hammer Swing System. His unique swing helped him set 6 world records. He's the only human alive to average 400 yards off the tee. He has unmatched clubhead speed. Just look at his leverage and release point. No one even comes close, not even the PGA pros. There's only one way to get this steep angle release point, and that is with the Hammer Swing System. Jack's hang time is 11 seconds. The pro's hang time is only 7 seconds. Jack Hamm has created the genius swing system, and now he can help you. He hits an 8-iron 260 yards. His world record clubhead speed is 162 miles per hour. His ball speed is 250 miles per hour. Wow! He holds 10 course records and 6 world records. He is a golfing legend. He designed his hammer swing to go 400 yards and has done the same with his engineered driver designs. Now, the genius driver design of all time. With the combination of all his amazing driver designs, he gives you the legend of drivers. The iconic science of speed. The all-new Hammer Turbo Air driver. This is real golf science. All speed, all physics, all air. to help every golfer. The Hammer Turbo Air driver is a must-see. Add boom to your tee shot. Boom. Golfers, who out there wants to hit their longest drives ever? Jack Hamm, world's longest driver and golf leading product innovator, has designed the new future of drivers. Check out Jack's new Hammer Turbo Air, the only driver powered by air. It's simple science. Wind tunnel tests show a 37% increase in speed and distance. The Hammer Turbo Air, the aha moment. It's all speed. The Hammer Turbo driver has 6 air speed slots, base age, see-through shape, a power core with wing-shape aerodynamics, the biggest sweet spot ever, and an exhaust manifold releasing the air drag. This is real golf technology. Want more speed? There's even a fast sword-shaped shaft cutting through the air like a knife through butter. Lighter, faster, powerful, an easy 60 yards and dead straight. Go to hammerturbo.com now. The Hammer Turbo Air, the world's longest driver, putting the science of speed into golf. Boom.
The toughest thing to control when you're trying to get somebody more distance, you can try to get them into a better launch angle, you can try to get them into a better spin rate, but the toughest thing to control is getting them more club head speed. And when you can get them more club head speed, what are you going to get? You're going to get more distance. Everyone could swing the hammer faster than they could their own driver.
Pow! The Hammer Turbo Air is real golf science technology. Not another gimmick, core-rated, metal-changing, tin-can design driver, blah, blah, blah technology. This is real driver science of speed. The 6 turbo speed slots, the most aerodynamic designed driver ever with the exhaust manifold releasing the air drag. The hardest face and power core right behind the club face, giving you explosive power and even more speed with the space-age wing shape, see-through lightness, and the flat shaft, the only speed shaft in golf. You're going to love the Hammer Turbo Air from the very first time you hit it. If you combine all the features of the Hammer Turbo Air, no wonder it's the longest, lightest, straightest, fastest driver of all time. How does the Hammer Turbo Air help you add 60 easy yards and hit it dead straight? It's simple, lack of drag, and even a flat sword-shaped speed shaft. Come on, if you're using traditional outdated driver technology, what's it going to do? It's going to slow you down. This is real golf speed science, designed by the #1 designer and longest driver, Jack the Hammer Hamm. Okay, let's talk conventional driver shapes. Conventional driver shapes are round on the bottom, flat on the top. Wow, take a look at these. These even look slow. So if you tee them up really high, what are they going to do? You're going to hit a sky ball going nowhere. You cannot get the optimal launch angle with traditional drivers. The Hammer Turbo Air maxes out your launch angle. And with the flipped over face and being round on top, you get a giant sweet spot, the biggest hit zone ever. You can't get this kind of hitting zone with any other driver. The combination of the 6 turbo speed slots and space age inverted wing shape give you lift and carry on a golf ball never seen before, and it has the hardest face ever.
The Hammer Turbo Air is the new science of speed in golf. The Hammer Turbo Air has the lowest side spin ever, 3 times straighter than any other driver. The Hammer Turbo Air has the lowest backspin ever, doubling your roll velocity. The Hammer Turbo Air is 25 yards longer average carry than any other traditional driver. The Hammer Turbo Air is at least 40 yards longer in total distance than all outdated traditional drivers. The Hammer Turbo Air is on average 8 miles per hour faster through the air, and for every 1 mile per hour, you get 6 more yards of distance. Add these up. Nothing compares to the Hammer Turbo Air. Value, speed, design, aerodynamics. If your driver has a body, it is slow and outdated. Does your driver have a speed slot and an exhaust manifold? No way. Then your traditional driver is slow and outdated. How about a shaft that cures every slice, hits it dead straight, and even has speed in a shaft? The top 10 reasons you need the Hammer Turbo Air Driver. Number 10, it's all aerodynamics. Number 9, zero drag effect with the exhaust release. Number 8, lighter with a see-through face. Number 7, has a power core for max deflection power. Number 6, biggest sweet spot with an inverted, flipped over face. Number 5, space age wing shape speedhead. Number 4, speed in a shaft, flat like a sword. Number 3, dead straight, cures every slice. Number 2, adds up to 40 to 80 yards for every golfer. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the number 1 reason you need the Hammer Turbo Air Driver. The aha moment of speed in golf. The iconic, coolest driver on the planet. Just look at it. It makes perfect sense. And it'll help every golfer. Add boom to your tee shot. Boom.
This is not another empty tin can of 460 cc's of nothing. Jack gives you explosive power. Jack Hamm has been putting aerodynamics in clubs for years. We're talking about turbulence, air reduction, torsional deflection. So here we go again. Jack the Hammer Hamm is way ahead of the traditional outdated drivers. It's all air. With its 6 speed slots and space-age wing-shaped design, it has almost zero drag effect and glides through the air just like a wing. That's right, the only driver that picks up speed all by itself. The Hammer Turbo Air will take you right from the runway to the fairway. Just look at it, folks. This is real driver speed with fast speed slots, fast face, and fast shaft. Boom! This is the coolest driver on the planet.
What do golfers think of the Hammer Turbo Air?
So much power. Most stable club I've ever hit. Power and stability is what I'd call that thing.
Jack did it again. This hammer is amazing. Not only did I add distance to my ball, I took strokes off my score.
You gotta check this thing out. The all-new iconic science of speed in golf. All-new driver. Check this thing out. Look at this thing. It's got 6 turbo speed slots. It's got an exhaust valve to let the air out. It's got a see-through shape. You can see right through it for lightness and speed. It's got a wing-shaped space-age flipped over face for bigger sweet spot and even more speed. It's got a power core put right where you want the mass to be to get even more power. And guess what else? It's got a flat shaft. Look at this thing. It's flat like a sword. The combination of this flat shaft and this head, everyone hits it 300 yards now. So check it out.
How does the Hammer measure up against other drivers out there? Well, as they say, numbers do not lie, and that's why we've come to Jeff Boudry. Good to see you, Jeff.
Good to be here.
Tell us what these numbers mean.
One of the things that stands out at me immediately is the launch angle. We can see launching at 12.6 degrees and the 460cc driver launching at 10.5 degrees.
All right, so a 2.1 degree difference. How important is launch angle?
There's a certain optimum launch angle, and the closer we can get to that, the further the player's going to hit it.
Gotcha.
10.5 is a little low. 12.6 is pretty darn good.
Very good. All right.
Okay.
All right.
Now, as we move over here into the spin rate, and this was one of the things that really stuck out at me after testing 25 different golfers, is that it is the lowest spinning driver that we've ever tested. Spin is what creates hook and slice. So, of course, the lower spinning driver you can have, the less hook and slice you're going to have.
That's why, for me personally, the Hammer is not only the longest driver, but it's the straighter. I mean, it's almost impossible for me to miss a fairway, and this explains why, right?
That's right.
Very low side spin.
That's right. And you know, we see this over and over. All 25 people that we saw, we kept seeing the same thing over and over and over again.
Okay.
Okay. Now, over here, this is really what people are interested in, I know, and that is the distance. And we can see the average carry distance was 245 yards, and with the same loft, the same shaft, the same flex 460cc driver, it went 220 yards in the air.
25-yard difference in the air.
Yeah, and that's just part of it.
Okay.
Over here, we've got the total distances. We're looking at 270, and we're looking at 232, you know, only 12 yards of roll with the 460cc driver.
Now that is unbelievable. That's 38, that's almost 40 yards difference.
Yep.
just because of hitting the right driver.
If we go to the view results and we look at the average club head speed, of course you can see it's faster than it is with the 460cc driver. In general, people were averaging 4 to 7 miles per hour faster because it cuts through the wind faster. The faster you swing it, the further you're going to hit it.
Whether you're hitting a baseball, a golf ball, tennis ball, whatever.
That's right.
That speed of the racket, the club, whatever has to be faster, right?
So it's the fastest club head speed of any driver on the market, and it's the lowest spinning driver of any club on the market. That's right.
So it's a longer driver, it's a faster driver, and it's also a straighter driver.
That's right.
The Hammer Turbo Air is the new science of speed in golf.
Look at the Hammer Turbo Air. It's lighter, faster, more powerful, and dead straight. It's lightning fast. This is driving made easy. Woo. So how did Jack put the science of speed in golf?
The Hammer Turbo Air has the air going through the head to reduce drag and act as a stabilizer, squaring your head at impact. And even more, the physics of the space-age inverted face creates the only driver that picks up speed on downswing, all by itself. The almost zero drag head design effect of speed slots and reducing drag exhaust manifold accelerates your club head speed all by itself.
The toughest thing to control when you're trying to get somebody more distance, you can try to get them into a better launch angle, you can try to get them into a better spin rate, but the toughest thing to control is getting them more club head speed. And when you can get them more club head speed, what are you going to get? You're going to get more distance. Everyone could swing the hammer faster than they could their own driver.
Oh! Folks, this is simple science of speed. Less drag equals faster club head speed equals more distance. Wind tunnel tests show a 37% increase in speed and distance from the Hammer Turbo Air driver. Now, how about your current driver? Do any other traditional drivers on the market have speed or aerodynamics built in? No, they're like swinging a pickup truck at the end of a stick, slow and outdated. How about an exhaust manifold in a driver? What is that? How about wing-shaped speed? An inverted face that's flipped over? How about face deflection? Anyone ever discuss this with you? And the Hammer Turbo Air sounds just like a persimmon would, with that classic persimmon sound. Woo! The Hammer Turbo Air is the aha moment of speed. Woo! So why didn't I think of that?
I'm asking you guys a simple question. Have you ever seen a shaft that looks like that, that's flat like a sword?
Never. No.
Okay. And what do you think that flat shaft does?
The only thing I can think of is I used to hit a titanium shaft that had no torque. You ain't gonna get no torque out of this. It's awesome. It's really, the looks and design is just unbelievable.
So how about your current shaft? Is it flat and fast like a sword? Does your shaft look fast and space age? No. Here's what you've been buying all those years, friends. Smoke and mirrors. Swampland in Florida with zero technology. All right, here's the best example of drag that I know. Go 70 miles an hour in your car, put your arm out the window and cup your hand like this. You feel that? That's what's called drag, and that's what's been slowing you down with your 460cc driver all those years. Now, simply open your fingers. See what I'm talking about? That's the Hammer Turbo Air working for you, giving you more distance and more accuracy. The Hammer Turbo Air is loaded with reasons to buy one. It'll be the last driver you ever purchase, because it'll last you a lifetime and change the way you play golf forever. Are you ready? It's Hammer Turbo time. Go to hammerturbo.com right now. That's hammerturbo.com to get your own Hammer Turbo Air driver.
Boom! Ho ho! She's gone.